The first trailer for Shrek has dropped. She-Hulk. You see what I did there. We have fun here, don't we? She-Hulk's first teaser trailer dropped recently, and with it we have our first look at a number of characters making their live-action debut in the MCU. The discourse around the trailer seems to be generally positive, with the very looming concern that the CGI related to She-Hulk's transformed appearance doesn't look, well, good. It's bad. There, I said it. It's bad. Regardless, today's video is about another character who made their live-action debut within the trailer in a kind of blink and you'll miss him moment. Frogman is a character that is unapologetically silly. Now, I happen to really like characters with goofball appearances and gimmicks like this, but I can understand how people who hate fun things might not understand why this character was included in the show. Let me see if I can break it down for you. Frogman rocks. He is a very gimmicky character who often wins fights and completes acts of heroism by sheer dumb luck, but he is very fun, and fun is something that we desperately need right now in the MCU. Today's video is about Eugene Patilio, aka the Fabulous Frogman. Frogman's first comic book appearance was Marvel Team Up 121, written by Jean-Marc DeMatteis and drawn by Carrie Gamble. The story opens up with the Human Torch and Spider-Man foiling a robbery by some low-level criminals. After they recover the money stolen, Speed Demon, a villainous speedster and rogue of Spider-Man's, comes by and relieves Spider-Man and Torch of the funds. Demon doesn't really need the cash, he just wanted to flex on Spider-Man and let him know he's back in business. A crowd gathers, and among the crowd is Vincent Patilio and his 15-year-old son Eugene. We learn that Vincent was an inventor who made a series of leaping coils and fashioned them into a suit. He used that suit to become a small-time criminal known as Leap-Frog, but due to the complexity and unforgiving nature of his invention, he found himself getting his flippers kicked off by the superhero he encountered, specifically Daredevil. Vincent made his debut in Daredevil number 25. However, Vincent blames everything wrong in his life on his shoddy inventions. He had recently lost his wife, the main breadwinner of the family, to cancer. Stuck, having ruined his life as a villain and unable to provide for his son, working dead-end jobs, Vincent is a wreck. His son Eugene determines that the only way to help his dad get his honor back and restore his good name is to use the Leap-Frog suit to become a superhero. Eugene puts on the suit, powers up the coils, and becomes Frogman. Now, Frogman, as everyone knows, goes on to become the strongest hero in Marvel Comics history. He beats Thanos, Galactus, Annihilus, Superman, Spawn, Emperor Palpatine, and Kratos, all in Secret Wars. Everyone knows that, and that's the end. Thank you guys for watching today's video. No, but seriously, Eugene has difficulty with the suit, as it's not exactly intuitive. Using it is very difficult as the springs aren't easy to aim, and often Eugene finds himself wildly off course. Meanwhile, Torch and Spider-Man continue to struggle with Speed Demon, who easily runs circles around them. Pun alert. Torch and Spider-Man are not working as a team. Eugene, on the other hand, is killing the game. He runs across a simple mugging, he's able to break that up, although not really gracefully, and rather than being appreciated, an older woman chases him off, but he still gets the job done. Speed Demon continues his assault on Spider-Man and the Human Torch, and frankly, it is not going well for them. Torch and Spider-Man both get flatlined a number of times, unable to deal with the Speed Demon's massive advantage of speed. Eugene happens upon the scene and attempts to help, but only seems to make things worse, almost dying in the process. It becomes pretty clear that he isn't cut out for crime fighting and decides to leave it up to Spider-Man and Human Torch. Eugene goes to turn off the suit and it, of course, malfunctions, forcing him into a random hopping pattern and causing him to land right on top of Speed Demon, knocking him unconscious. Eugene and his father reconcile, with Vincent happy his son made it out alive, and Eugene introduces himself to Spider-Man and Torch as Frogman, the new leader of the Avengers. Sorry, hold on, my script is messed up. Frogman, having restored his father's honor, leaves with his dad, happy to embark on the next chapter of their lives. Frogman next appears a few issues later in Marvel Team Up 131. People were so desperate to have more Frogman, they literally sent over 1 billion letters to Marvel headquarters. Don't fact check that, it's a real thing. Eugene is having a burger with his friend at a restaurant named Quickie Burger when an attempted robbery by the White Rabbit occurs. White Rabbit is a rich widow who only finds fun and adventure in being a criminal. Kind of a F-tier villain, in my opinion. The Frogman leaps into action, but White Rabbit is able to escape. Throughout the issue, both Spider-Man and Frogman focus on apprehending White Rabbit due to a large reward for her capture. Spider-Man hopes to use it to help his friend Roger pay for a surgery for his mother, and Frogman hopes to use the reward to help his father get back on his feet financially. Ultimately, Spider-Man and Frogman, along with the help of Roger and Eugene's father, Vincent, are successful in stopping White Rabbit, and they decide to split the money collectively. In All New Defenders, issue 131, the fabulous Frogman comes into contact with another F-tier villain, Walrus. Now, I'm not going to get too far into Walrus, but Hubert Carpenter was transformed by his uncle into the villainous Walrus with the proportionate strength of a walrus. The New Defenders team, consisting of Beast, Angel, and Iceman, are on site at Brooklyn University, where Beast is giving a lecture. Eugene is in attendance at the lecture. The Walrus attacks the Defenders at this lecture with the goal of defeating them to prove how cool and tough he is. The Defenders could probably easily beat Walrus, but they end up with the unwanted help of Frogman. Walrus is able to defeat most of them due to their inability to properly work as a team while trying to protect Eugene. However, Walrus's strength is only temporary, and as the effects wear off, the fabulous Frogman is able to accidentally crash into him, knocking him unconscious, saving the day yet again. And the fabulous Frogman's career kind of continues that way. He seems to end up aligned with other heroes, often usually getting the drop on some villain and helping to win the fight by sheer dumb luck. After being unable to join the Defenders, Frogman ends up forming a super team called the Misfits, along with other washed-out sidekicks. Also on the team is Toad, former member of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, who was cast out by Magneto but in a weird twist ends up pledging his allegiance to Spider-Man, who absolutely does not want it. Additionally on the team is Spider-Boy, another Amazing Spider-Man fan desperately wanting to be his spider sidekick. However, after the group realizes that they have more in common with each other than they actually do with Spider-Man, they decide to team up. They never have any actual adventures, presumably because a team this powerful would immediately wash any villain they came into contact with, but it's still a fun concept. Way more recently, Frogman was included in the Amazing Spider-Man storyline Hunted, where Kraven the Hunter had Taskmaster drug and collect a number of animal-themed superheroes and villains for Kraven to hunt in Central Park. Included were people like Scorpion, Rhino, Frogman, and others. Frogman eventually assists in the assault against Kraven and is freed. Also in the latest Iron Man arc, we saw Tony Stark working with Hellcat to stop Korvac, reborn in an android body, and searching for Galactus's ship to obtain god-level powers. The duo determines that the best way to fight Korvac is to pick a team of heroes that he wouldn't be tracking. No Avengers, X-Men, or Fantastic Four. Frogman ends up part of that team along with Misty Knight, Scarlet Spider, and Gargoyle. And a really funny line here he says is, "This is the best day of my life." So it's obvious at this point that the fabulous Frogman is the hero you didn't know you loved until now. I expect you to go out and pick up his Marvel Legends figure and his first appearance and let me know how much you enjoy them. Personally, to me, this is what comics is all about. I support the Frogman lifestyle. Let's push this hero into the upper stratosphere of coolness because, frankly, he deserves it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe and do all that other crap that YouTubers ask you to do. This has been Nick with Key Issues, and remember the motto, the fabulous Frogman over everything.